Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sovereign Goddess podcast. This is your girl, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, divine channel, healer, here to assist women to remember who they really are. And today is a special one because we are celebrating the 5th birthday of Sovereign Goddess podcast. And to celebrate, I wanted to introduce you guys to one of the most listened to episodes, which is still going on. I just like, wow. Not just on the different platforms like Spotify and but also even on Insight Timer as well. Woohoo! 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years, but so I'm gonna share with you the most listened to of my podcast episodes, and it is called Advanced Tool for Manifestation and Alignment. Within this podcast, and I think this is why it's so popular, because actually there's a couple of levels to it. It teaches you a very potent way to create the life that you desire, and it also allows you to connect to the divine in a different way, as well as your higher self. You guys know how passionate I am when it comes to you completely being connected to your higher self. It is key. And here's the thing. When your higher self is activated within you, he or she comes with his own technology. So you have this advanced technology that is ready to be activated, but the key is for you to be aligned and in tuned and embody your higher self. Work with your higher self. That's the key here. So I think that's why this episode, that's why it's been so popular, because the more people do it, the more they get connected with themselves. Remember, this whole thing is about coming home to you. Divine is within you. Your higher self is within you. It's not somewhere you have to escape to go experience. So at the beginning, I talk a little bit about the process and I actually walk you through it. So I hope you enjoy, and again, help me celebrate 5 years of Sovereign Goddess podcast. I still remember when the call came in for me to start doing this podcast. I heard it very clearly. It's like, it's time for you to reach more people. What are the ways that you need to reach more people? And the first one was online, being online, which means that I could connect to anyone anywhere in the world. And then the second part that came in was start a podcast. And I love that because I was in a time in my life where I was consuming podcast episodes, and I love the fact that I could walk around, I could be doing my thing, and I would be able to just listen to it. I didn't have to sit still. I didn't have to drop everything I was doing, and I could still receive the wisdom. I loved it. And so I started one, and maybe I will share my first episode next time with you guys so you can see what I talked about the first episode. But it felt good, it felt natural, and it continues to. I want it to be like a way where it's like we're all sitting around drinking some tea or coffee or maybe a glass of wine, right? Or martini, and we're just chatting. And I get to share what the divine wants to come through, what the divine wants me to share, the techniques, the wisdom. It felt so good. So I hope you are excited as I am. I hope you are still enjoying the Sovereign Goddess podcast. I hope that it is blessing you as much as it blesses me. People don't realize that I listen to my own podcast, because this is what usually happens if you are a divine channel, is that the messages that come through, it is as much for you as it is for everyone else. So the best part of me doing podcasts is being able to go back and listen to it when I'm preparing it or editing it or polishing it for the podcast. And I love listening to it and writing down like, ooh, this was really good. Sometimes I honestly forget that I'm the one talking. Like, that's how it works sometimes, right? So it is such a blessing for me. And the whole intention behind Sovereign Goddess podcast is that anyone, anywhere in the world who gets to listen to this is activated. So enjoy. This week, the topic that I want to share with you, I'm going to share with you a tool that will literally take your manifestation and alignment
to a whole different level. And this is also another great way to begin to work with your higher self. So I hope you are excited about this. Let's go ahead and dive in. So I learned this technique probably like a month or two ago, and I've been using it since, and is something that came through my higher self as I was doing a meditation. And usually what I'll do is call in my higher self, which I've taught you guys how to do, and hopefully you are practicing that. If you have been practicing that, I would love to hear what your experience has been since you've been doing that. So usually I call in my higher self and my Holy Spirit self, and to be embodied within my physicality, and then I zoom into the seventh dimensional space where the God room is located, and it's something I'm going to be talking about with this technique. And there at the center of the room, it's basically a white room. It's a space created where the God essence resides in my being, basically. So I go into this room, and at the center of the room, above, literally, it's like pouring down like a rainfall of light, of source light specifically. And so I sit at the center of the room where this waterfall of source light is coming down, and this is where I power up. So I basically just absorb as much of that, source light as I can. This is where I also work with any intentions that I have. This is where I'll begin to speak it out, or any mantras. This is where I will call in whatever I am working on, or whatever I like to manifest. This is where I'll ask the divine for solutions. And the cool part is that this is also where my own counsel will come in and begin to work with me. And it's very interesting because sometimes, I do this every morning. And sometimes during the day, especially if I'm having a hard day, my council members would be like, oh, my higher self would be like, hey, come back in, sit your booty down, and let's do some healing on you. Or it's time for an upgrade. Let's do this. So this is something I've done so much that I'm constantly connected that way. It is quite incredible. And then from there, like I said, I just this is where I work my magic. And then I call in, like anything that I need, or set my intention, and kind of just absorb as much of that source light as powerful. It's like my rejuvenation, my alignment, my reconnection, both to the divine and myself. This is where I go to do this. And I was listening to a podcast, and I don't know if you're familiar with Brian Scott, but he has the Revolution, I forgot the name, the Revolution something podcast on YouTube, and he was talking about this similar technique that he does also with the higher self, and using that to manifest, but it's a co-creation thing here. And so that's something that I added onto this practice that I was already doing, and that kind of just took things to a whole different level. I mean, if you're working with your higher self, you know how incredible that is. And with this technique, it just takes it to a whole different level. You truly begin to understand what it means to manifest through alignment, manifest with ease and quickly. The beauty about the times that we're in, being the fifth dimension, is that manifestation is as quickly as you want it to be. I can think about something right now, and so far as it's in alignment with my highest good and the highest good of all, it will show up. So far as it is, it is part of my path, it will show up. My manifestation is very quick nowadays. And so this kind of just boosts everything out. But what I love about this technique is the reconnection part, and also the surrender. There's a part of surrender that comes with this. Usually when we set an intention, at least for me, I tend to feel some kind of anxiety, like, oh my gosh, all the thoughts start coming in like, oh, what if it doesn't come through? What if I use the wrong words? What if this, what if that? And it kind of brings some kind of fear or an anxiety with that. And using this technique, it helps you alleviate, step away from that fear and anxiety, because what you're doing is actually surrendering it and giving it over to your higher self and the divine. And when you do that, you literally lift that weight off of you, because you're like, okay, this is what I really want. I do trust that this is what is coming to me. There's like that's the other element, the element of faith, that this is truly what I am here to experience, and therefore it's a no-brainer that it will manifest in my life, right? The other part to this is that when you are co-creating on this level, the things that you're asking for, the experiences that you're asking for, begin to be the things that are in alignment with you, and you get a clarity. And I'm not just talking about clarity in terms of in the mind, but also clarity in your heart, so emotionally as well, because you want it on all levels, that clarity on all levels. And that's kind of like what you experience. It's pretty amazing. And so this is the process. I'm gonna kind of talk you through the process, and then I will actually walk you through the process so that you can experience this. And I invite you to do this for 21 days. Just do this for 21 days. And I also invite you to share your experience with me. If you haven't already joined my Facebook group, Moon Goddess Sacred Sanctum, go ahead and request to join. And then I want you to pop in there and share with me what has occurred, what has happened since you started using this technique. I would love to hear from you. So the beginning of it, you find a comfortable space where you can sit in a comfortable position, and you want to connect to your breath. And in this state, usually I'll just find peace. So I just take in some deep breaths and allow my muscles to relax. This is not about escaping from your body. You are working with your body. You're going to be taking your physical body with you. So make sure the breathing is connecting you to your physical body, so that it's almost like you're telling your higher self and the universe and the divine that I am calling this into my physical reality. When you do that, when you escape from your body, you have nothing to anchor what you're calling in. So it just stays in the etheric realm. That's no longer what we want, right? Now we understand that we need our bodies in order to create the experiences and call in the experiences that we desire. So the breath, taking in the deep breaths in, will anchor you into Mother Earth, into your body, and then you can connect to the divine. So I usually do this with a pillar of light coming down from above, going through me, anchoring within my heart, expanding into a beautiful golden bubble of light around me, and then continuing into Mother Earth and anchoring into Mother Earth. So now I'm like in the middle of, between I'm connected to both heaven, and I'm also connected to the earth. So after I do this reconnection, creating my bubble around me, then I go into calling my power. I call back to me all my power. I call back to me all of my energy. I call back to me all of my divine essence. It doesn't matter where I left it. It doesn't matter whether I knew I left it there or not. It doesn't matter where I lost it. I call it all back to me. So I'm kind of regrouping myself, right? And this is part of the powering up, right? You're coming back to yourself. This is important. And then the next step, if you haven't already yet, is calling in your Holy Spirit self and your higher self to come in within you so that you can embody them completely. So this next step here, after you have your beautiful golden bubble around you, which is your vehicle, right? It's your Merkaba of light. And now you have the consciousness of your higher self and your Holy Spirit self fully awakened within you. The next step is that your higher self will lead you to that seventh dimension. So envision yourself in the bubble, like going up, and it might be like in an elevator, and you press number 7, right, which is leading you to the 7th dimension. So the elevator go all the way up to the 7th, and you come out of the elevator, and you are in the room, which I call the God room, right, or the divine room, or source room, whichever word resonates with you. And in this room, it's just pure white, right, just pure white light. But at the center of the room, there's an opening in the ceiling, and through that opening, it's like this constant downpour of source light, right? And under that, there's like a little pillow, and you sit on the pillow, so that now the source light is pouring onto you. And so you sit there, and then you begin to breathing in and allowing your body to physically absorb So you open yourself up as much as possible and just drink in, and you can envision your cells expanding and just filling with this God light or source light, every muscle in your body. You know, if you need to do any healing, this is a great opportunity to call forth that healing within yourself. Like, see that God light or divine light flow to that organ or the muscle or the spine or the head or wherever you need that healing. See it go there and do that healing. I mean, this is magical here. It's a very potent room. So as you're sitting underneath this God light, then the next thing is, if you have any intention that you would like to manifest, or you have a mantra that you want to use, begin to repeat it. So before you do that, you envision like this ball of light. So you create this ball of light between your hands in front of you. And as you're speaking the words, so you're speaking your mantra, you're speaking your affirmation, you send it to the ball of light that you're holding between your hands. So for example, so I'm sitting underneath the source light as it's pouring down onto me and charging me up, creating this magnetic field around me. And that's the other step, creating this beautiful magnetic field around me. And so I'm holding this ball of light, and now this is an example of a mantra I've been using lately. I am safe, I am secure, I am wealthy, I am free. Money is my friend. Money is my ally. I am grateful for the support from divinity. I am grateful for the support from money. I love myself. I love my body. I embrace optimum health on all level. I embrace radiance on all level. I am love. I am abundant. I am wealthy. It is safe for me to be wealthy. So these are just some examples. This is what I've been using lately. If it resonates with you, go ahead and use it. But whatever intention, whatever mantra, so another thing you could do, for example, an intention that I've been working with is calling in 5 amazing people who are ready to experience optimum health and up level their finances through, being in my team, my Healy team. And it's just something I'm calling in 5 amazing people to share this amazing opportunity with. And so in the space, I put in the bubble, I see the beings that I want to call in, and I put that in the bubble. I just say I call in 5 amazing people who I know this opportunity will help them the most, and they will in turn also share this with more people than I can even imagine, right? Yeah, so that's an example. So after you're done with your mantra, with your intention, when you feel complete, so everything is in that bubble between your hands, and you raise that bubble up so that it is in alignment with that downpour of source light, right? And then you just release it and it will go up into source. So you just release that bubble and it will just go all the way up. The other thing you can do is give it to your higher self, and your higher self will send it up. Whichever works better for you. You can give it to your higher self will send it up. Oh, this is the other part that's coming in that I also tried, like pushing the bubble into your stomach, which is your solar plexus, and allowing that bubble to rise up through you and go out through your crown and then go up into the divine. That's another way you can do that. So once you're done with that, the next thing is that you command it to be so. And you have to step into your power. You have to speak from your core. I command this to be so. It is done. I command this to be already done. It is so. It is done. It's very important for you to use that command, because when you do that, you're stepping into your creator energy, and you're using that to reinforce that to be so. You are saying, I am the creator of my reality, and I create this experience, and I create this reality now. It's potent, so make sure you do that. So once you're done with that, you just come back to just absorbing that yumminess, and you might see your energy field change. You might see your magnetic field. You might even see things already coming in. What you asked for, you can see it coming into your aura, the magnet pulling it in. But just go ahead and absorb all that yumminess. And when you're done, get up, go out back into the elevator. The elevator will bring you back to where you started, into your body. You're taking some deep breaths in, and you open your eyes and you start your day, or you go about your day. So it's a beautiful technique you can do. Now, I kind of explained it, so it took longer. You can stay in the God room for as long as you want and do this exercise, or you can go there, especially if you know exactly where you're going there to do. You can pop in there, do your thing, send it up, and then come right back, right? So it can be as short as you need it to be, or it can be as long as you need it to be. That's the beauty of it. This is between you and the divine. This is between you and your higher self, nobody else, okay? So however works for you, it will work. So with that said, would you like to try it now? Let's go ahead and do this together. So find a comfortable space. You will not be disturbed. Taking a deep breath in and out. With each breath, come into your body. Drop into your body to feel your muscles relax. Drop the energy from your mind into your heart space, and you can see this as a bubble of light from your head into your heart. And go ahead and imagine, see a sense of feel that beautiful pillar of light coming down from above, entering through your crown, through your head, through your neck, into your chest, and when it reaches your heart, it anchors within your heart and expands out into a beautiful golden bubble around you. Now allow this pillar of light to continue down through your stomach, through your hips, through your thighs, your legs, out through your feet. Let it go through the layers of the earth until it reaches Mama Gaia, the center of Mama Gaia, and anchor that light into Mama Gaia. And with your inhalation, go ahead and breathe in the energy from Mama Gaia that she's blessing you with, and breathe it into your heart space where it combines with the heavenly light and also expands out into another bubble of light. Beautiful. Now this time we're going to call in your higher self and your Holy Spirit self within you. So you can repeat this mantra. I now call within me my higher self and my Holy Spirit self. I now call within me my higher self and my Holy Spirit self. I now call within me my higher self and my Holy Spirit self. And then follow up with this mantra. I call back to me now all my power. I call back to me now all my energy. I call back to me now all of my spirit. I call back to me now all of my essence. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Now in front of you, see, sense, or feel this elevator appear. And when the door opens, your higher self is standing in there and asking you to come inside. And so you walk into this elevator and your higher self presses 7. The door closes and you begin to see the elevator go up, go through the 3rd, 4th, 5th level, 6th level, and finally 7th level. And there you hear the ding and the door opens and you emerge into this beautiful white opalescent room. Everything is white. And at the center of the room, there's an opening. And underneath that opening is like a chair or a sitting area something that you can sit on. And through that opening, there's like a downpour or like a waterfall of divine light coming through. And your higher self points for you to go sit underneath this. And just go ahead and sit underneath this light, this rainfall of light, and allow it. Begin to open yourself to receiving this. Receive this light, this source light, this God light, this divine light. Open yourself up, and you can even use this mantra. I now open myself up to receive more and more of this light. And now open myself to receive more and more of this divine light. See, sense, or feel every muscle, every nerve, every vessel, every organ, every cell within your body opening up to drink in this God light fully. Taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. And you can see, you can feel it in your body, like you literally, the cells are vibrating faster. You might feel tingliness going through your body. You might feel like a warmth or even a coolness going through your body. That's like a physical sign that you have opened up to receive this, and continue to receive. The more you receive this light, you notice that your field around you gets stronger and stronger, and you have actually created a magnetic field around you. Not created, but more like activated, because this field is always around you, but now it's on purpose, right? You've activated this magnetic field around you. Taking a deep breath in and out. Bring your awareness to between your hands. Go ahead and hold your hands in front of you and generate a bubble of light. And now you are ready to put into this bubble of light whatever you're ready to call into your life, whatever experience you would like to experience in life, whatever intentions you have. Go ahead and say or speak it into this bubble. If you have an affirmation or mantra that resonates with you, go ahead and just put it all in the bubble. Whatever it is that you're ready to manifest with ease and quickly, send it to this bubble. I would like to add that if there's someone in your life that needs a boost in energy, someone in your life that needs a healing or a hug, a loving hug, you can see them, you can put them in the bubble and see them with the healing energy, or with like a beautiful angelic hug. So I see like the wings like wrapping around them, so they feel good and they feel happy. You can actually see them in that state of joy, of feeling safe, of feeling secured, of feeling good, feeling healthy again, feeling strong again. So continue to put whatever you would like to put in there into the bubble. And when you're done speaking your affirmations or mantra, or speaking what you would like to manifest, go ahead and say, "This will manifest regardless of if I believe it or not." This will manifest regardless if I believe it or not. The moment you say that, you're saying that it's a higher part of you that is manifesting this. That the lower part of you that has the doubts and all the fears that create the blocks in the way of you manifesting no longer has power there, which is very true. So regardless of what doubts might come up, regardless of whatever thought patterns, whatever the fear might creep up, it will not affect this manifestation process, again, because you are creating this from a way higher perspective. So go ahead and say, "This will manifest regardless of if I believe it or not." And now, once you're done with that, go ahead and bring that ball of light with all that intention, all that yumminess. Let it enter into your solar plexus. So bring it into your solar plexus, into your body, and from your body, begin to see it rise up through your body, out through the crown of your head, and go straight up through that channel above you into the divine. Release it completely. Let it go. Surrender. You are done. You can use your breath with your exhalation. Completely release it. And then go ahead and say, "I now command this to be so. I now command this to be manifested fully. I now command this to be so. It is done. It is done. It is done." Beautiful. If you need to spend some time underneath this God light, God source light, to just drink in more of that light, go ahead and do that. If you feel complete, go ahead and stand up and head back to the elevator where your higher self is waiting for you. Go ahead and enter the elevator and know that you can always come back here. This is your God room. This is your divine room. It's not going anywhere. It is present within your psyche. You can always have access to it regardless of where you are, what you're doing. You always have access to it. You created that. So go ahead and go back to the elevator, press down, and as the elevator comes down, it brings you back to your physical body. Use your inhalation, deep breath in. With your exhale, drop into the fullness of your physicality. Breathe in again. Bringing in all that experience, all that powerful energy. Feel your body tingling. And with your exhale, drop even deeper into your physical presence. Feel your body on all levels. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers, your toes, move your body. Open your eyes, feeling better than ever, being here now, bringing all that yumminess into the physicality, knowing that it is done, it is done, it is done. Welcome back. Welcome back. So this, again, is a powerful process that you can do from now on to take your manifestation and reconnection and realignment to a whole different level. And I invite you to do this technique for 21 days. Again, you can make it as long as you want or as short as you want. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. This is between you and the divine, you and the higher self, so far as you get your manifestation across. And yes, the other part is that make sure you say that this will manifest regardless of if I believe it or not, so that you know that you're creating from the highest perspective, that no fear, no anxiety that might creep up in your human self will block it. It is so. Love to hear how this resonates with you. What comes into fruition? What did you manifest? What came through as you connected above there? And like I was saying before, the more you do this, you realize that every time you go into the God room or divine room, like for me, my council members are there. My divine crew meets me there, to do any upgrades, to do any healing that I need to do. So the goddesses mentor, they have signed up to work with you. They will show up there to mentor you. So there's so much that can open up for you the more you do this. So don't limit yourself as you work through this experience. Rather open up to see what else could come through. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, I would love to hear from you about your experience with this podcast. Apart from that, thank you so much again for receiving this week's podcast episode. And until next time, you have a fabulous week.